utilized of bizarre traps and convoluted clues that more often than not result in the death of the unfortunate participants.
And if the citizens of Gotham were smarter, my games would be merely an amusing diversion.
Instead of death traps.
You really should be thanking me. Weeding out the ignorant, the stupid, the useless. But don't worry, I'm sure you would survive. What a lovely photo on your desk, Doctor. Your family? Mother, perhaps.
Put that down. Get out! Guards!
She reacted to that really quickly. Oh look, the clue they just mentioned.
Another one of the easy ones. Don't feel too...
Alfred. He's got black hair. Black hair.
Proud Batman.
Origins Alfred has gray hair. It doesn't matter too much, but it does kind of bug me. Just a little bit. Since they're supposed to be in the same series, they should kind of coincide. I don't think he's dyeing his hair at this point in his life.
Oh, think about it. I got you trapped in a little metal box, hanging precariously over a deadly drop. What say I just blow the emergency brakes and drop you like a sack of puppies? Say good night, bats. Boom! Oh, got a few more surprises in store for you. Prepare
that
to
was...
face your fears.
That's a great one.
All of them!
I never noticed that the first playthrough. Now I do know a lot of the big and some of the minor villains of the Batman series. I did know them going into this game. Two-Face, Penguin, Scarecrow, Riddler, Joker, Harley, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, stuff like that. I knew these guys going into this game. Scarecrow is the one I love the most out of all of Batman's villains. The psychology behind Scarecrow is superb, and there's so much you can do with the fear gas idea and just the idea of fear in general that it's perfect, really, and I love it.
Please help me, Batman! No!
I get why he's not one of the bigger villains, because he's not the Joker. He's not Batman's arch rival. He's not the big gang boss like the Penguin. Or Two-Face. He's not Catwoman. He's not Harley, who's in relation to Joker. So he's more of a minor villain in compared to that, but he's not minor like
I'm sorry.
Tweedledee or Tweedledum or like the Calendar Man. More minor than Scarecrow.
Barbara. I'm sorry. I was too late.
I'm sorry. The number you've dialed isn't available. Please leave a message after the tone.
I love how they dealt with Scarecrow in this game, though. And it's one of the reasons I got into this series so easily. Because of, Scarecrow was in it. And his sections are just kick-ass, man. Like, phenomenal. Alright, I'll get out. I had never noticed that hit. Yeah, look, we're in the same room. Now there are floppy bodies.
Father, you should have stood up to him, son.
Like a man.
Mom?
Help us, Bruce. Don't let
It's
die.
this scene is so perfect. Like, it fits so well. Boo! Oh, good. That actually got me to jump a little the first time I saw it. Because I was expecting Bruce Wayne to be in that body bag. And he's staring at himself. Then out of nowhere, fucking Scarecrow just jumps out and is like, ah! And that's when you actually get to see how they designed Scarecrow. Which is legitimately creepy and awesome. So, it's so brilliant.
Little bat, you're in my world now.
And I love the fear claw with the syringes filled with fear gas. That is really Freddy Krueger, but it fits his character so well. Because he's a doctor and fear gas. And I can nerdgasm about Scarecrow forever. And I haven't even read enough of the comics, especially even the Scarecrow comics, to really get into how much I love this character. I need to read more of the comics just so that I can like, orgasm at Scarecrow. Quick, run!
You're in my realm now. Everything is as real as I choose it to be.
Run! That part can be difficult. It's like the worst part of the entire platforming section. Because of the way he interacts with the wall after you blow it up, and the fact that it takes a really long time to blow up the wall. But yeah, this version of the Scarecrow, which I think is from the comics, is also really creepy, and I love it. I really want to read some of the old Scarecrow stuff. When I have the ability to. Alright, so what's the riddle in here? Oh, I know what it is. Let's look at it. What silent killer of the oceans can be found in a tiny jar? Now this is a minor character, so I had no idea who they were referencing.
Bruce, what's going on?
So I just looked for looked at the jars.
Lost contact. Are you sure you're all right? Have you found my dad?
I'm fine.
And there's this
The
jar.
line with Scarecrow slowed me down. I'll get back to you in a bit.
Calendar Man is probably the most minor character I knew about before I got into the Arkham series, then started looking into Batman. more than just the movies and animated show that I hadn't watched much of. So, which I need to watch that too. I've heard great things about the animated show as well. There are people here.
It wasn't Gordon. Crane's gas must have affected me more than I thought.
Are you lost, little bat? Having trouble figuring out what's real and what's just a figment of your twisted little mind? Same here.
What am I doing right now? Rescuing the commissioner. I gotta get back up here then.
Just roll with it, bats. It gets easier once you get in. It really does.
I haven't watched much of the animated shows. I'm talking about the old, like, old Batman animated series. In the... I don't know when it started, but a lot of it was done during the 90s. With Mark Hamill voicing the Joker and whatnot. Like stuff before Batman Beyond became a thing, because that came out while I was growing up, and it was airing at the same time as the animated series I'm talking about. Where am I going? Over here? No. No. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean, yeah. The original is the one I've heard a lot of good stuff about. You know, I don't remember where I go right now. And I'm a little lost. Yeah, and that's kind of what I expect them to do nowadays with all the political correctness and how they design all television shows nowadays. Like in general, like some of that's not bad, but it does go over the top sometimes, and especially for Batman, it kind of kills his character because he's set in a dark tone. Like overall, the Batman stories are Oh, really? Is it like that other stuff, or is it closer to the original series?
Listen, no more tricks. One last puzzle and you can have more. And a little more. Oh, I can't wait.
Hey, look, I got all the teeth.
Your precious police commissioner is just through the glass. Take a look. Harley's under strict instructions to kill the old man. If any of my guys even think you're through, they're patrolling down there.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
So here's the deal. If you can find a way to get to Harley without anyone realizing,
Action's cool, but it depends on who the villain is. If it's like Joker or Riddler or
about the old man after all.
Scarecrow, action kind of doesn't make as much sense, you know?
My boys see you, hear you, or even smell you.
Joker's not messing. He wants the old man kept safe from Batman. If anyone gets near him, it won't be me carrying the can.
But if it's like Bane, Killer Croc, any Firefly,
Now go.
even Raish, I could see more action to it, because
around, he dies.
Ra's has really action-oriented plot lines compared to like Scarecrow or Riddler or Joker.
Looks like he's gonna pee himself. Someone bring me a bucket.
Oracle, if you're talking about Oracle, unless it's someone else other than Oracle,
He doesn't stand a chance.
Oracle's been working with him for a long time. So, like, even in the comics, based on the
Harley kills the old man.
the canon of The Killing Joke, which is a big comic that
When Mr. J kills Batman,
essentially made Oracle,
it's gonna be so
created Oracle out of Barbara Gordon. Which is a comic I've kind of skimmed through, but I really need to read, because it's apparently amazing. And it does set up a lot of the lore in these television, comics, video games, etc.
You took longer than I thought. He's out of control. He's trying to prove something. I'm not sure.
But yeah, I mean,
You'll do it.
Alfred taking a break from being his butler, though, is really weird.
Something else down there. I don't know what it is.
Especially considering Alfred's
Be quiet.
goal is to watch over Bruce, no matter what.
You're going to love this next bit.
That is really weird.
Get behind me now.
Huh.
Bane.
It might just be an entirely new take on Batman.
Cut me down. Who did this to you? Dr. Young.
Like the New 52 comics where they just sort of reboot him.
Sorry, Has-Bane. The good doctor won't be a problem much longer. How do you like my puppet? What say we cut him down?
Just in an animated form. Like an entirely non-canon style story. Which would be interesting, depending on what it's about. I'd have to look into it myself, but it does sound weird if you take it as like in the current world, but if that's not what it's supposed to be, it could be interesting.
Play nice, lady.
This fight. Oh lord. Oh, I have an upgrade. What do I want? I want that sound. Yeah, I want. Yeah, I've never even heard of that character, like even in the New 52 lore, so my best guess is it's not canon and it's like its own story in its own world. Which would make sense being an Adult Swim comic show. Oh god. Well, I'd be curious as to why a lot of them aren't in there. And I'm sure since its own story, the Joker could have never existed, you know, because of the lore of the Joker. The story of the Joker is entirely based on the Batman. So if the Batman is different, yeah, and those are all guys who would exist no matter how Batman works. So, oh my god. So it kind of makes sense that they would be the only villains you see.
I will crush you! All you have.
Damn it.
You're gonna have Hulk! Fold you like paper!
Yeah, but that's Adult Swim, you know. I could kind of see them doing a Batman where they sort of do a parody of Batman. That's kind of what I'd see an Adult Swim Batman being, you know. Ow, fuck me. I did that to myself.
Don't let him hit you, you idiot!
Just don't get caught. Don't want to do this more than I have to. Ow. Fuck me! Oh god. This is bad. Yeah, I saw that coming. I got hit by 2 rocks. Was Anarchy canon before Origins? I'm curious about that because I don't know. I never really looked into it after I played that game. Anarchy does sound like a really cool character though, so like he could have some really interesting stories if they really try with him. It does make sense that if they're going for an action story, they would leave out. I hadn't either, that's why I was asking. It does make sense that if they're going for an action-oriented Batman, the villains you'd expect to see aren't in there, like Joker and, well, Joker, Riddler, and Scarecrow. You'd expect those guys not to be in there. You'd expect to see, like, Killer Croc, Raish, Firefly, any of those types of guys, the guys who you would expect action. Like, you wouldn't expect to see the Mad Hatter. Fucking damn it. Okay, now they're all dead. Huh. And they never used him since then? Or they just haven't used him a lot? Because you'd think he'd show up more and we'd actually know who he is. That's really interesting though. Fucking god damn it. Oh my god. Ow! Wow, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just did that. This is gonna be so bad. Yeah, juice up, you asshole.
You will not escape me again. Oh,
Oh god. Don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you. Ugh. I have so little practice in the old, like, combat system of Asylum. Because I haven't played it in quite a while. Still fun though. That fight is a lot of fun, as frustrating as it is.
Batman, you
At least for me.
I'm fine, Jim.
I'm
Where's Quinn?
so good at this game though.
Must have gotten loose while Bane was throwing you around. We need to get you off the island. I'm not a rookie. I can handle myself.
Now I'm really curious about that Adult Swim Batman. Like, I'm gonna have to look into that later when I'm done.
then the Bruja.
No, Bane. This time I break you.